Every person on this planet gets 24 hours a day. The rich, the poor, the focus distracted. Time does not care who you are, only what you do with it. Success doesn't come from luck or talent alone. It comes from clarity, priorities, discipline, and a structured life. In this video, you'll discover how the most successful people use their time and how you can take back control of yours starting today. Let's break it down. You don't need more time. You need more intention. Time is the great equalizer. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't play favorites. No matter your background, your income, your education, or your connections, you get the same 24 hours as the most successful, wealthy, and influential people in the world. That's the truth most ignore. Everyone wants success, but only a few understand that the playing field has already been leveled. The difference between the struggling and the soaring is not how much time they have, but how much purpose they bring into their time. Some squander hours as if there will always be more. Others guard minutes like treasure because they understand this time, once lost, can never be regained. You can get more money, more opportunities, even more relationships, but you can never get more time. Every tick of the clock is a silent reminder that your life is moving with or without your permission. The question is not, do you have enough time? The real question is, are you maximizing the time you've already been given? Successful people operate from a different mindset. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They make the moment perfect by acting with urgency and clarity. They don't treat their day as something to endure. They treat it as something to own. Ownership of time means taking responsibility for what gets done and what doesn't, for how energy is invested and how focus is maintained. Too many people drift through their days as if they're passengers in their own lives. They let circumstances, distractions, and other people decide how their time will be spent. But success demands intention. It demands that every hour be a choice, not a reaction. Time doesn't respect wishes. It responds to decisions. There is no such thing as, I don't have time. There is only, this is not a priority. And that's a harsh truth that most avoid. But it's in that truth that power is born. When time is treated as sacred, everything begins to shift. Goals get clearer. Distractions get filtered. Actions get sharpened. Life starts to move in the direction of discipline instead of chaos. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison, looking at someone else's success and assuming they had more help, more resources, or more luck. But that mindset is powerless. The real difference is how they viewed and used their time. They saw every morning as a fresh opportunity, every hour as a blank page, every moment as a seed to be planted. They didn't wait for the conditions to be perfect. They worked through the imperfect until results appeared. And here's the key. They didn't try to do everything. They focused on what mattered most, because time well used is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Time is not about being busy. It's about being effective. Anyone can fill their calendar. Anyone can stay in motion, but movement without purpose is just noise. And success is not born from noise. It's born from clarity and execution. Consider this the same 24 hours that are wasted on mindless scrolling, gossip, procrastination, and fear are the same 24 hours that are building empires, changing lives, and achieving breakthroughs. The same sunrise that begins a lazy day for some becomes the launch pad for focused action for others. The hours don't change. The person inside the hours does. Successful people don't stumble into productivity. They prepare for it. They build their day before the day begins. They schedule their priorities instead of prioritizing their schedule. They don't say yes to every demand. They say yes to the vision, and everything else is filtered through that lens. They are deliberate with their time because they know that time is life. Wasted time is wasted life. There's a mindset shift that must happen. Stop living like time is infinite. It's not. Life is short and days move fast. Every day that ends is one less day to create, to build, to become. The urgency isn't about panic. It's about purpose. Because when time is limited, what matters most becomes clear. Start seeing your 24 hours as the most valuable asset you possess. Guard it. Structure it. Respect it. Use it to grow, to stretch, to serve, to learn. Use it to move your life in the direction of your vision. Because the people who change the world are not those with more hours, but those who maximize every hour. And if life isn't where it needs to be, it's not because time is lacking. It's because the time that is available hasn't been optimized. That's the opportunity. That's the invitation. To stop wishing for more and start working with what's already in your hands. There is no waiting for tomorrow. There is only today, this moment, this hour, this decision. And the truth is simple. Every successful person became who they are not because they had more time, because they refused to waste it. Time is the only equality left in this world. What you do with yours will define the legacy you leave behind. Busy is not the same as effective. The world is full of busy people going nowhere fast. Calendars packed, notifications buzzing, meetings lined up, to-do lists that never seem to end. But here's the truth: motion isn't progress. Activity doesn't equal accomplishment. Just because someone is moving doesn't mean they're moving forward. Success doesn't come from doing everything, it comes from doing the right things. It's not about how much gets done in a day, but what gets done. There's a massive difference between being busy and being effective, between being occupied and being productive. Successful people understand this distinction with laser-sharp clarity. They don't chase tasks, they pursue priorities. Every day presents 1,000 demands, urgent emails, last-minute requests, endless distractions. It's easy to fall into the trap of reacting to everything that shouts the loudest. But reacting is not leading. Responding to life without filtering, what truly matters is how people stay stuck. The urgent can be seductive, but it often steals from the important. People who get ahead in life don't start their day with a list of tasks. They start with a mission. They ask themselves, what truly matters today? And what will move me closer to the life I'm building? From that place of clarity, everything else gets sorted. The distractions fall away. The noise fades. The real work begins. It's not about how many things get checked off a list. It's about the weight of the things that do. One powerful action aligned with purpose is more valuable than 10 small ones done for the sake of feeling productive. Success isn't about being overwhelmed with effort. It's about being precise with energy. This level of focus requires discipline. It requires saying no to good things in order to say yes to the best things. It means not allowing other people's emergencies to become personal priorities. It means not measuring success by how exhausted the day feels, but by how aligned the results are with long-term goals. Many people lose their day before it even begins. They wake up and immediately hand their time over to notifications, messages, and meaningless distractions. But those who excel take back control. They build structure. They set boundaries. They pre-decide what gets their energy, and more importantly, what doesn't. A prioritization is the quiet superpower behind every great achievement. It's the ability to distinguish between what's loud and what's lasting, what demands attention and what deserves attention, what looks urgent and what's truly important. Here's the challenge: not everything that feels important actually is. And not everything that's important feels urgent. That's where wisdom comes in, being able to ignore the noise long enough to hear the signal. It's the maturity to say, this doesn't move me forward, so it doesn't get my time. The most powerful people aren't the ones who do the most. They're the ones who master what matters. They don't allow time to be consumed by the trivial. They don't confuse movement with momentum. Their schedules reflect their standards, and their decisions reflect their destiny. Every hour holds a choice: invest or waste, build or drift, focus or react. And over time, these small choices compound. People who live by priorities rise. People who live by pressure plateau. The truth is, success is not hard to understand. It's just hard to execute consistently. But consistency is birthed in clarity. When the target is clear, the action becomes simple. That's why the goal each day isn't to get more done. It's to get the right things done. To trade multitasking for intentionality. To stop filling time and start fulfilling purpose. It's to choose depth over speed, impact over appearance, and clarity over chaos. Greatness is not built on scattered effort. It's built on focused execution. When people look at high achievers, They often see the results, but miss the foundation. And the foundation is priority. The foundation is intentional living. It's crafting a life where every decision serves the future, not just the present. People don't fail because they lack intelligence or potential. Most fail because they mismanage their attention. They spend too much energy on the small and not enough on the significant. They climb ladders that lead nowhere, only to realize too late that they leaned against the wrong wall. But there is a better way, a higher way. It begins by filtering every task through a single question. Does this move me closer to who I want to become? If the answer is yes, it's worth your time. If the answer is no, it's stealing your future. Imagine a life where your day isn't dictated by demands but driven by destiny. Where your calendar reflects your calling. Where your energy isn't scattered but strategic. That life is possible, but only when priorities are placed above pressure. The world will always offer 1,000 things to do. It will tempt with distractions, disguise the unimportant as urgent, and reward business with praise. But none of that builds a life of meaning. Only intentional action does that. Every successful life is built one day at a time, and every successful day is built one decision at a time. The decision to focus, to simplify, to execute with clarity, to stop chasing tasks and start mastering priorities. Time is limited. Attention is precious. Focus is powerful. Make it count. Your future is hidden in your daily routine. Success doesn't begin with a miracle. It begins with a decision, followed by a routine. Talent alone doesn't separate winners from wanderers. Intelligence doesn't guarantee achievement. Vision without discipline is just a dream. It is daily discipline, not occasional inspiration, that builds lasting greatness. Discipline is the ability to choose what you want most over what you want now. It's the decision to do what needs to be done, even when motivation has disappeared. Successful people don't live by feelings. They live by principles. They don't ask, do I feel like it today? They act because the goal is worth more than the excuse. The difference between those who achieve and those who wish lies in what they do consistently, not what they do occasionally. It's not about one powerful day. It's about a powerful pattern. Winning habits, when repeated daily, create unstoppable momentum. Discipline becomes the structure that success is built upon. A disciplined person wakes up with purpose and clarity. They don't start their day by stumbling into distraction. They start by stepping into their mission. They understand that the way a day begins determines how it unfolds. Mornings are not a time to waste. They are a time to win. They have routines that prime the mind, energize the body, and align the spirit. Throughout the day, discipline creates structure. It sets boundaries. It tells distractions no and tells destiny yes. It doesn't tolerate compromise. It doesn't flirt with procrastination. It builds a rhythm of action that turns hard things into habits and habits into mastery. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It creates momentum in imperfect conditions. Waiting for the right mood is the strategy of the mediocre. Those who rise above average have trained their minds to obey their commitments, not their emotions. They move when it's hard. They show up when it's inconvenient. They finish when it hurts. This is the difference. The average person gives up when it's difficult. The disciplined press on when others would quit. They know that comfort is the enemy of growth. They understand that pressure is a privilege because pressure produces perseverance and perseverance produces results. Discipline also sharpens focus. It tells the mind where to go and how long to stay there. In a distracted world, focus is a superpower, and discipline is how that superpower is unlocked. Time is no longer wasted on meaningless entertainment or passive scrolling. Instead, attention is harnessed. Projects are completed. Goals are executed. Progress becomes predictable. There is something powerful about knowing your priorities and refusing to deviate from them. Discipline removes the temptation to chase instant gratification and replaces it with the reward of long-term satisfaction. The dopamine hit from a distraction fades quickly, but the pride from staying committed lasts forever. Discipline doesn't just change actions, it transforms identity. Each time a person chooses to stick to their values, they reinforce the truth, I am someone who follows through. That belief grows stronger with every disciplined day. Over time, identity aligns with purpose. Purpose aligns with progress, and progress becomes unstoppable. There's no shortcut to this. No secret formula. It's not glamorous. It's not loud. Discipline is built in quiet, unseen moments. It's the decision to wake up early when no one is watching. The choice to work late when no one is cheering. The refusal to compromise when no one is applauding. Discipline is forged in the shadows long before success is revealed in the spotlight. That's why the strongest people are not those with the most opportunities. They are those with the most consistency. The people who keep showing up, keep growing, keep executing, even when no one notices, especially when no one notices. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's not about always getting it right. It's about refusing to quit. It's being able to say, I missed one day, but I'll never miss two. It's knowing that failure isn't final. Quitting is. A disciplined person doesn't crumble under setbacks. They correct, recalibrate, and continue forward. And the beautiful thing about discipline is that it's available to everyone. It's not a gift. It's a choice. It's not something people are born with. It's something they build. One small decision at a time. One hard choice at a time. One finished task at a time. When discipline becomes a way of life, breakthroughs become inevitable. The compound effect of disciplined days turns into extraordinary results. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens. Guaranteed. Discipline teaches patience. It stretches endurance. It forges character. It builds mental toughness that no circumstance can break. It becomes the edge that outlasts excuses, outperforms talent, and overcomes obstacles. There will always be distractions, always temptations, always reasons to delay. But when discipline is present, nothing can steal progress. The mind becomes locked in. The heart becomes anchored. The body becomes obedient. And the vision becomes reality. This is the daily difference. Not one grand moment, not a lightning bolt of inspiration, but 1,000 small victories stacked one on top of another until success can no longer be denied. Discipline is the path, and those who walk it walk toward greatness. If it's not on your calendar, it's not a priority. Success is not accidental. It doesn't sneak up on anyone. It doesn't appear out of thin air or fall into a lap uninvited. Success is scheduled. It is the outcome of intentional planning, structured focus, and consistent execution. No one wakes up accidentally disciplined. No one stumbles into greatness. Every breakthrough is the result of a deliberate decision to take control of time before time takes control of life. In a world full of distractions, structure is not restrictive. It's liberating. When the day is designed, decisions become easier. There's no room for confusion, no space for guessing. The most successful individuals don't leave their schedule to chance. They create it. They don't wait for time to show up. They go out and assign it. Time doesn't care how passionate a person is. Time rewards those who prepare for it. Those who understand that minutes become hours, and hours become days, and days become a life. One of the greatest lies people tell themselves is, I'll do it later. Later is the graveyard of goals. Later is where dreams go to die. If it's not planned, it won't happen. Success demands clarity, and clarity demands structure. Without a plan, even the most talented drift. Even the most ambitious delay. A clear calendar is a dangerous thing because it becomes filled by default, not by design. The day gets hijacked by meaningless tasks, reactive behavior, and emotional distractions. But when the schedule is intentional, every hour serves the mission. Every block of time becomes a stepping stone. The morning isn't just the start of a day. It's the start of momentum. The afternoon isn't just passing time. It's producing results. The evening isn't about regret. It's about reflection and recovery. Successful people schedule the things that matter, not just meetings and deadlines, but thinking time, growth time, planning time. They build their calendar around their purpose, not their pressure. They don't fill their day with tasks. They fill it with targets. Every appointment on their calendar has a reason. If it doesn't move them forward, it doesn't belong. This level of discipline in scheduling requires a mindset shift. Time is not just something to manage, it's something to master. It's not enough to avoid wasting time. Time must be invested. And like any investment, it should bring a return, not just in money, but in progress, clarity, peace, and momentum. Too often, people say they want to succeed, but their calendar tells another story. It's filled with distractions, entertainment, and endless obligations to other people's priorities. But the truth is revealed not in what people say they want, but in how they spend their time. The schedule is the scoreboard. That's why successful people are obsessed with protecting their time. They use systems. They automate the trivial. They delegate the unnecessary. They eliminate the wasteful. They block time with purpose. They know that 1 hour of undistracted, focused work is worth more than an entire day of multitasking and mindless motion. They also plan for rest, recovery, and renewal, because excellence is not born from burnout. It's born from rhythm. They know when to push and when to pause, when to sprint and when to strategize. Their life has a cadence that produces consistency. And consistency is where real transformation happens. It's not what gets done once that changes a life, it's what gets done daily. And daily habits are born in a structured schedule. You want to change your future. Start by changing your calendar. Success is not about being busy. Anyone can stay busy. True success is about being aligned. Every hour, every decision, every plan must be aligned with a clear vision. If the vision is big, the schedule must reflect that. Big goals require bold structure. Without this structure, time leaks, minutes vanish, energy fades, days are wasted. But when time is assigned with intention, life accelerates. Focus sharpens, results compound. There is power in pre-deciding what matters. Power in blocking time for the non-negotiables. Health, growth, relationships, strategy. Power in saying, this is what I do every morning, or these hours are protected. That kind of clarity removes decision fatigue. It removes chaos. It puts a person in the driver's seat of their life. Because here's the truth: if you don't schedule your life, someone else will. The world will pull, push, and distract until there's nothing left. That's why boundaries must be built, not just around people, but around time. The calendar must be a reflection of vision, not noise. And if something truly matters, it must live on the schedule, not just in theory. Not just in hope, but in black and white, locked in, accountable, measurable. People who achieve great things aren't lucky. They're planned. Their day is built around what produces growth. Their week is aligned with their goals. Their schedule is their strategy. Every successful result begins with a scheduled commitment. Success doesn't just show up, it is invited. Through structure, through planning, through relentless ownership of time. So here's the call: stop winging it. Stop waiting. Stop reacting to life. Build the structure that supports your success. Design the day that produces your destiny. Schedule what matters, then protect it like your future depends on it. Because it does. Your 24 hours are already in your hands. The only question is, are you using them or losing them? If you want to rise, stop running from structure. Stop hoping for more time. Start taking ruthless ownership of the time you have. Make your hours count. Make your minutes matter. Design your day or be a victim of distraction. Success is not a dream, it's a discipline. And it starts right now. Decide. Commit, act. Your time is now.